Perhaps you've been driving on a wide open highway, wondering why the speed limit is so darn low. Or perhaps you've been safely driving in the right-hand lane, following all speed limits, and yelling at the maniacs flying past you. If you're either one of these people, you may be interested in the topic I'm going to discuss today. This topic is about whether to raise the speed limits on our highways. I'll first discuss the arguments for raising the speed limits and then counter with the arguments why we should not raise the speed limits. So first, let's consider the arguments in favor of raising the speed limits. The first potential benefit of higher driving speeds is easing the traffic on congested highways. According to Texas A&M's annual mobility report, Americans wasted 5.5 billion hours in traffic and 2.9 billion gallons of gasoline in 2011 alone. So naturally, the faster a car reaches its destination, the faster it is removed from traffic. On a similar note, an increase in legal driving speeds means less time on the roads for commuters. Many commuters, especially in this area, drive a long ways to work, sometimes 60 miles or more. Over the span of 100 miles, an increase in only 10 miles an hour equals a time savings of over 15 minutes. So for a person who drives 100 miles a day, and that equals over an hour a week saved in driving time. And if you extrapolate that over months and years, the time savings is huge. Apart from simply the convenience of driving faster, some may argue that higher speed limits actually improve safety. So if you have a relatively low speed limit, you're going to have drivers that follow the speed limit, and then you're going to have those that are going to speed anyway. So you have a large differential in speed, which can be hazardous. So if you raise the speed limit and everybody's driving the same speed, theoretically you'd have fewer accidents. Finally, with ever-improving automobiles and highways, it only seems natural to raise the speed limits as well. Since the 1980s, the amount of deaths per miles traveled in the U.S. has nearly been cut in half. And this is according to the U.S. Census Bureau. And I made a graph that shows the trend in fatalities per mile traveled. So you can see it's a large difference, and it's ever trending downward. So you can tell that cars are safer and highways are safer, so raising the speed limit might be a natural thing to do. While these are strong arguments in favor of the increase in speed limits, there are also factors that would give many people second thoughts. The first question that comes to mind when raising speed limits is it actually safer? Although one could argue that higher speed limits could lead to fewer accidents, the laws of physics would suggest that an accident occurring at higher speeds is certainly more dangerous. So the law of inertia says that an object in motion will tend to stay in motion unless an outside force is acted on it. So here I have the equation for inertia. So if you increase the velocity, your inertia is going to be increased by a factor of 2. So for every increase in velocity, there's going to be an exponential increase in force that takes to stop that object, meaning that a car in an accident, there's going to be a lot more force involved, therefore much more likely to be fatal. So is it really safer to drive for faster or higher speed limits? Also, many insurance institutions oppose speed limit increases, saying that it's more dangerous. Institutions such as the Ohio Insurance Institute and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety oppose raising speed limits due to decreased safety. So if they oppose it, most likely insurance costs are going to rise. Finally, Another safety-related issue, drivers are more distracted than ever by cell phones and other technology. According to a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration survey, approximately 660,000 drivers are using cell phones or manipulating electronic devices while driving. So if drivers are already distracted, do we really want higher speed limits? That may seem unwise. These are all factors that would need to be considered if such a change was made to our speed limits. Clearly, the issue of raising the speed limits is not a cut and dry issue. So after hearing both sides of the debate, are you the slowpoke in the right lane or the maniac flying past them? Thank you.